Right now at 5, fire rips through a Rockford home, trapping someone inside. The reason firefighters weren't able to get in the house.
Plus, fighting fentanyl. New numbers show how many people died of an overdose in Winnebago County as lawmakers work to save lives.
And living his best life, a Rockford K9 says goodbye to the force and hello to the couch.
Live from WTVO 17. This is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. One person is dead after an early morning house fire in Rockford.
When crews got on scene, they were told one person was possibly trapped inside. Rockford Fire got to the house on North Chicago Avenue, a few blocks north of East State, just after 3 this morning. The first arriving crews found heavy fire shooting from the roof. They were able to stop the fire from spreading to the neighbors, but there were multiple roof collapses while firefighters were working, so they were not able to get inside the house. More firefighters were brought in to help because of the frigid temperatures. It took 90 minutes to put the fire out. That's when they found the victim inside. The cause of the fire is under investigation.
Starting April 1st, Illinois will cut the number of hours it reimburses direct service professionals, staff at group homes, and facilities for the developmentally disabled by 9%. That could result in about 90% of people who live in these homes receiving less care. Illinois leaders say the cuts are part of taking action on an independent study the state commissioned. That study found Illinois needed to invest hundreds of millions more dollars into services for the developmentally disabled. The idea that the same study would recommend there be fewer hours provided caught both industry experts and lawmakers on both sides of the aisle by surprise.
There's no other way to say it. To pull back direct care hours from the developmentally disabled, I mean, this is literally, in some cases, potentially life or death consequences.
This is something we're going to have to take up, I would say, fairly immediately. There's not a person who sits in a seat in either the House or the Senate that has not been affected and hasn't heard from their constituents.
A spokesperson for the governor's office says Governor Pritzker's administration has ensured almost $500 million has been invested into recommendations laid out by the court-ordered Guidehouse Developmental Disability Services Rate Study, with $270 million still in the pipeline to be implemented.
Bitterly cold temperatures will return this weekend, and frostbite can start in as little as 30 minutes outside in the freezing temperatures. Experts warn to make sure you have no exposed skin if you plan on spending any time outside. Having gloves, coats, layers, hats, boots, and warm socks can save you from frostbite and hypothermia. Those layers should include clothing that helps move sweat and moisture away from your skin. That means stay away from cotton and avoid getting wet to prevent frostbite. Next week, we'll need to prepare for a thaw. Temperatures are expected to get into the mid and upper 30s, which will melt a lot of the snow we currently have on the ground and on your house. Roofers warn of ice jams after several days of melting during the day and refreezing at night. Water and ice can get under your shingles and into an attic. Experts say once your home is damaged, it's a race against the clock to minimize the cost. The warmer weather could cause ice jams on the Rock and Pecatonica rivers as well, and that could lead to some flooding.
More people died from overdoses in Winnebago County last year than in 2022. According to the coroner, there were 97 deadly overdoses in 2022. That number rose to 122 in 2023. This report does not include cases from November and December, where toxicology reports are still pending. Stats show white males OD the most. A large majority of overdoses come from zip code 61104. 200 Americans die each day from fentanyl overdoses. That's getting attention from mayors and diplomats in Washington. Anna Wernicke looks at the effort to bring those numbers down.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says fentanyl is now the leading cause of death for Americans between 18 and 49.
Not cancer, not car accidents, not violence. It's fentanyl.
Blinken told nearly 300 mayors from around the country in Washington on Friday that fighting the flow of fentanyl into the U.S. is a global effort.
The ingredients that go into making fentanyl, the so-called chemical precursors, a lot of them right now are being made in China, and then they get illicitly shipped, typically to Mexico. synthesized into fentanyl, and then it winds up in the United States.
Blinken left the mayors to meet with the Mexican foreign minister about efforts to reduce migration and the flow of fentanyl across the southern border.
We're talking about dead children from fentanyl poisoning because of wide open borders.
Texas Republican Congressman Chip Roy blames Democrats, but California Democrat Lou Correa says Congress needs to put politics aside to address the crisis.
Democrats, Republicans on both houses with the president have to stop bickering, have to stop fighting, come together to protect Middle America.
Jared Cram is mayor of Binghamton, New York.
It's killing young people in cities like Binghamton.
Cram wants the Biden administration to send money now.
More resources in a more umbrella approach that gives funding directly to cities that are on the front lines of this.
In Washington, I'm Anna Warnicki.
The state of Illinois is urging people to stay up to date on their vaccines and stay home if they're sick. More than half of Illinois counties are at an elevated level for COVID hospitalizations. That's according to the CDC. Other respiratory illnesses like the flu and RSV appear to have peaked for the season and are trending downward. But the IDPH warns that doesn't mean you still can't get sick. 3 children have died from the flu in Illinois this season. Doctors ask if you do develop respiratory symptoms to call your healthcare provider and get treatment. Car insurance for Illinois drivers continues to go up. State Farm Insurance raised rates the most, followed by Allstate. A nonprofit consumer group looked at the 10 largest insurers, which cover 80% of Illinois drivers. They say the increase could actually have been bigger. The group is pushing for regulators to have a bigger say in what insurers can charge.
Freeport first responders go head-to-head for a good cause. Everyone wins in this competition. Fire and police departments worked to restock local blood supplies. The Rock River Valley Blood Center donation mobile bus parked outside the police department and the Freeport Donor Center. People could donate and vote for either department. While bragging rights are on the line with the recent snow and temperatures, our VBC is desperate for donors.
With all the cold weather, we've had to close a few centers and cancel a few drives, so our supply is really critically low right now. So we hope that people out there watching tonight really takes this to heart, and if you can't donate, please find somebody to donate on your behalf so we can stay safe in the community and the hospitals can make sure they have the blood and the blood products they need.
This is the first time Freeport Fire and Police battle it out to support the Blood Center.
A special officer with the Rockford Police Department is now retired. K9 Kai worked the streets for the past 6 years and deployed over 1,000 times with his partner, Officer John Carpenter. The department says Kai will now live the life of luxury at home with his humans. Kai was actually the first K9 the group, Friends of Rockford Police K9, was able to buy RPD thanks to fundraising.
A plane is forced to make an emergency landing just minutes after taking off.
Coming up, flames can be seen shooting from the plane. What the airline says caused it to catch fire in midair.
Temperatures warmed into the single digits for many spots earlier this afternoon. We did get a little bit of sunshine to start out the day as well. We have more sunshine for the weekend, but also much colder temperatures. Well, you know how long those are going to stick around and when we see a warm up and rain on the horizon coming up in just a little bit.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Leber, and meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
Anti-abortion advocates descend on the nation's capital. They braved the snow to attend the annual March for Life rally.
This is their second march since the Supreme Court overturned the ruling that protected the right to an abortion nationwide. People marched from the National Mall past the Capitol building and finished in front of the Supreme Court. The march comes as House Republicans passed 2 anti-abortion bills last week.
It takes a lot of work to convince people that every single human child, every unborn child, has a value that is too profound and precious to ignore. And we have every reason to be optimistic, my friends, that we can change public opinion.
President Biden says his administration's working to protect abortion rights.
A fire causes a cargo plane to make an emergency landing in Miami. Witnesses saw flames shooting from the Atlas Air jet last night shortly after it took off. A spokesperson for the airline says the 747 landed safely after experiencing an engine malfunction. Atlas says the crew followed all standard procedures and the company will thoroughly inspect the engine. The NTSB also opened an investigation. After temps in the 20s, we're going back below zero this weekend.
Coming up, Jordan's tracking yet another cold spell for the state line, but a warm-up is on the way.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
Well, fresh snowpack definitely evident when we look with our SkyTrack camera overlooking Freeport and the Park Hills Golf Course. That SkyTrack camera is brought to us by the Rockford Career College. But also in addition to that fresh snow, we see a couple of flurries had been flying not that long ago in many spots. And that's where we're seeing that very light kind of area of flurries that has been passing through the state line over the last couple of hours. That was briefly showing up there on satellite radar, the majority of which now off to our south and our southeast, leaving us underneath clearing skies for the rest of the evening tonight. Those clearing skies going to allow our temperatures to continue to fall from the single digits where they are now back below zero for the overnight. 5 degrees in DeKalb, the current temperature, 6 in Rochelle, 5 in Rockford, 6 in Freeport as well, and 4 out in Galena, with many of those wind chill values down below zero, and a couple spots even double digits below zero. We are going to get a little bit cooler as we get into the evening tonight. As Arctic high pressure passes almost directly overhead, that will lead to our clearing skies, and that will lead to sunshine during the day tomorrow. But with the origin of that Arctic high pressure not going to bring us significantly warmer temperatures. We may see a couple spots get at least briefly into the double digits during the afternoon tomorrow. Underneath, plenty of that sunshine, but we fall back below zero for that following overnight as well, continuing to see those clearing skies. But we get warmer weather not too long from now as we get into Sunday and going into Monday. First of all, though, overnight tonight, those wind chills will fall to around 20 to 25 degrees below zero in a couple of locations, and they do not get much better during the day tomorrow. Winds will remain fairly light comparatively to where they will be tonight, but they are going to still bring those temperatures down into the double digits below zero, and therefore our wind chills around 20 degrees below zero for both consecutive nights, the next 2 in a row as well. At least for the next night, going into the night tonight, we do have a wind chill advisory that is in effect for the entire state line that goes into effect just around 6 o'clock tonight for some locations and lasts through the early part of the day tomorrow. We do not have that necessarily yet extended for the following night, but it is possible with those wind chills around 20 degrees below zero the next night as well. Warmer weather is on the way, and that warmer weather does bring us additional precipitation chances. However, in the mid-levels, those temperatures are going to be above freezing. Near the surface, with our fresh snowpack and our recent stretches of Arctic air, we will be below freezing. And because of that, we do have the threat for some freezing rain, especially as we get into Monday night going into Tuesday. There is still plenty of time for that threat to shift one way or another, but at least the potential does exist that we could see a pocket of freezing rain, potentially for a few hours at a time, before rain does still work its way back into the area as we get into the middle part of the week. I started to mention those warmer temperatures. We do have a couple days of still cool to go. 11 degrees tomorrow, 18 on Sunday. A little bit more sunshine, but we are warming back up, guys, with temperatures reaching the 30s by the time we get into the middle of the week, with those additional precipitation chances and rain as well.
That is a good-looking 30s streak. Jordan, thanks.
Wisconsin next with sports. The Ice Hogs will be back on their home ice tonight trying to extend their winning streak.
And one Rockford High School basketball team will be tested tonight as it tries to protect a winning streak that goes back 4 years.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
The Ice Hogs are ready for action tonight at the BMO. They'll host the Chicago Wolves, and they'll be going after their 4th straight win. This will be their first game against the Wolves since December 17th, when the Hogs lost in overtime. Now, Brett Seeney's return from the Blackhawks is one reason why the Ice Hogs have perked up again. In his 2 games back, he's delivered 2 goals and an assist. Seeney was only up with the Blackhawks for 4 games, but even a short stint like that can be beneficial.
It's that kind of built-in confidence when you come back from the NHL. You know, playing with the best players in the world. It's some would say it's a feather in your cap, but I try not to let it really affect the way I play or the person I am. So maybe on the ice more than off the ice, it's kind of that little built-in confidence, I guess.
The Ice Hogs will have another home game tomorrow night against the Iowa Wild. Well, boys basketball teams are getting ready to take the court tonight, and the biggest game of all could be the one at Rockford Lutheran. The Crusaders' 43-game Big Northern Conference winning streak will be challenged. The Dixon Dukes are in town. They won 17 games already this season. They are 3-0 in the conference. In Nick 10 boys basketball tonight, there will be 4 games. Freeport at Auburn, East at Belvedere, Boylan at Belvedere North, and Harlem at Hononegah. Jefferson and Guilford will play tomorrow at 3:30 at Guilford. Reagan Holgate and I will bring you highlights of tonight's games later tonight on Overtime. That's at 11 o'clock on Fox 39. Also, Reagan will spotlight Orangeville's Whitney Sullivan, and I'll head to South Beloit to talk Sobo's boys basketball. The Packers have become one of the biggest stories of this NFL season. The youngest team in the league, not only making the playoffs, but also winning big last week in Dallas. They're going to try to show again tomorrow night that their youth is not an obstacle. The Packers offense has put up 33 or more points in 3 of their last 4 games. Matt LaFleur says they'll have to be ready for the physicality of the 49ers defense, which has Eric Armstead, Jason Hargrove, Nick Bosa, and Chase Young on the line, and All-Pro Fred Warner at linebacker.
Well, you better play your best and also you better buckle your chin strap, because they're a very physical football team, and if you don't match that physicality, they'll run you right off the field. So that is a challenge for us. Like I said, I got a lot of respect for their play style, for their players, their coaches, and you have got to play your best in order to play one of the elite teams in the National Football League.
You can see that game on Fox 39 tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. The Fox pregame show starts at 6:30. At Sports, we'll be right back.